Alright, y'all. Welcome back to another episode. This was different because we're not in the shop. We're driving on the road because
we're making poor financial decisions today.
Yeah. KayKay's getting a new project vehicle. For whatever reason, she's film shy today. So, we just left the house. We got some money, protection, because you don't ever know what you're going to run into on the road. And we are headed to North Georgia to pick up Red Bull. We got to have Red Bull. Speaking of that, there's this new flavor, this iced vanilla berry.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal. I'm still an OG guy myself, though. And I can't do sugar free. So, what's the point? What's the point in drinking it if there ain't going to be no sugar in it? They give you a sugar rush.
It's not the point. It's not a sugar rush, it's caffeine.
Yeah. So, anyway, we're headed to North Georgia. We got a 4-hour ride, and we're going to pick up KayKay's new truck, which is great because it takes a little pressure off of finishing the Blazer soon. She's still going to finish her Blazer, but we want to buy something that's a little bit more drivable at the moment because, well, she deserves it. And when we go to Mini Nass this year, I want her to have her own junk there to drive around so I can see her driving instead of in the passenger seat looking all sad.
I do not.
She don't. Actually, 2 years ago at Mini Nass, I thought she died because she ate some seafood by accident.
It's great. Missed all of the cruising.
Yeah. Alright, so also, you notice on this window it's raining. And you're not ever supposed to buy vehicles in the rain because they're bad luck. So I'm hoping it's not raining when we get where we're going. Fingers crossed. Alright. We'll be there in a minute and we may show you what we bought or we may wait. Guess what? It's still raining. We've been riding for 3 hours. And we just made it to Atlanta. I will give y'all 3 guesses on how fast we're running. The first number starts with a 2. And it's not 200. So, yeah. Welcome to Atlanta where the players play. The traffic moves slowest every day. Thanks. Now our current speed starts with a 5. And that's only number 5. That's how fast we're running. We love it here. We love it. Oh, it's me. Oh. Yeah, it just moves there. Hey, I'm running 35 again. Nope, that was short-lived.
Everybody's favorite place, and we're not stopping for the first time. Whatever.
Well, we gotta come back through. Look, it's an all-black Tesla. Sweet. I would drive one of those. I would. We're at a random gas station in North Georgia, 10 o'clock at night, still 3 hours from home, and poor financial decisions have been made.
All right, Carter, you got $25.87.
Not for long. I make bad financial decisions.
But KayKay now has a stock floor Bodydropped Fullsize to drive. Lord help us all. updates coming soon because it's gonna have a couple updates, but we're fixing to go home and cruise it tonight, even if it's at 1:30. So. And the other side has Iron Man on it. Got like 312s in it. Pretty slick little truck. Well, we're about 40 minutes from home. It's 12:30 at night, and KayKay decided that she wanted to drive it the rest of the way because she didn't get to test drive it earlier. I did. Just wanted to make sure everything was good with it, and we loaded up and got going because we had such a ride home. But she just got her power nap, if you can't tell. And we're gonna unload this thing real quick at the gas station and let her cruise it a little bit. Well, it is 1:26 in the morning. She just drove it about 40 miles to the house. She ain't in a big hurry. She's out here about 55, but she made it. She's happy. When I pulled up beside her a while ago, she was smiling ear to ear. So we'll be back tomorrow, give it a little closer look in the daylight, and yeah. I'm excited. She's excited. Well, we made it home. She got to drive it about, I don't know, 40 miles or so. And yeah, she definitely wasn't a speed demon tonight. She was there running about.
It's off.
She was there running about 45 the whole way home.
Saying I was running 60.
Yeah, you did run 60 a couple times. All right, first impressions. What do you think?
I freaking love it. Absolutely love it.
It does ride. It runs super smooth. Like, I was super impressed with it when I test drove it.
It does. It really does.
Throw that hood up right there. Unfortunately, it's got a little bit of V6 in it, but that's all she needs. That's all she really wants. And we're gonna cover a little bit more of that tomorrow in the daylight. We'll check it out. But all in all, it drove good. You say it's darting a little bit?
Huh? Yeah, it's off. Like instead of it being straight, it's about right.
Well, that's just a steering wheel. But is it pulling?
A little bit to the left, but not bad.
Okay. We can adjust all that with a tape measure till we can get it to John Luke. But all in all, I think it's gonna be a good addition to the family. It lays out nice and hard.
He's already spotted on it.
There's gonna be a cat on it if you leave him outside tonight with his big old scratch spot on his head. All right. Tell everybody your final impressions.
I love it. It's gonna be really great.
So everybody wants to know, is the wrap staying or is the wrap going?
It's staying for just a little bit. It will be painted, but it's gonna stay like that for just a little bit.
Well, the big thing is we don't know what's up under it, and it's actually kind of presentable at the moment. If you strip it, then you don't know how much work you got to do to make it presentable again in primer or paint. So, and it's different. There ain't another truck riding around actually with Iron Man on the side.
Very true.
So, I would like to pick the kid up from school in it at least once. That way, all them little punk kids out there at school can be like, look at that. All right, we're going to bed. It's almost 2 in the morning at this point, and she's got to go to work in the morning. I'm off.
I love it here.
So, wee. Next day, me and Dan's out here. It's a Friday. We was out of wood quota, so we ain't working. Dan gets off every other Friday, and we just finished up this customer's truck, everything but putting the bed on. Now we're gonna pick this thing up on the lift, get up under it, give y'all the good, the bad. We're gonna see it for the first time ourselves. We already went and got a tag applied for this morning. She got a custom tag, so it's gonna take a couple weeks to get that. We got insurance on this guy. If everything checks out right here, we're gonna be ready to cruise, or let her cruise.
Yes, sir.
She told me I couldn't cruise it. Yeah. All right, we're gonna pick it up, let y'all check it out. Sometimes you get trucks in and they look really good on the outside. Pick them up in the air and it's like, whoa. That's actually not the case this time. Thoroughly impressed. The body looks like it's gonna be really rough under the wrap. You can see right here like the sanding marks. But I tell you what, under the bottom is legit. They built a new frame inside the factory one, which I've done a bunch of. That's normally how I do them. There's your factory frame, your box tubing. It looks like 2x4. It's got a really nice transmission cross member. Exhaust looks good. They flattened it. It runs over. Okay, it's not flat in there, but it needs to be. Floor's notched for the drive shaft. Looks like they've done a good job on that. Transmission tunnel's raised. Was under the impression when we left that this truck was traditional body drop, like they had cut the floor. And then when I got up there, I noticed it didn't have a hump. And we looked under it, and I was glad that it was stock floored. So, show you a little bit more of it. So they tied it in here to the factory frame. It's got some Chassis Tech airbags on it. Basically a Dominator knockoff. I looked all the way around, don't see any rubbing. I do see that they come in and notch this right here so the control arm wouldn't hit it. So maybe it'll lay out on a little bit bigger wheel, I don't know. It's got drop spindles on it. We measured the frame horns here where it was lowered. 2 1/4 inch body drop. I do this same thing. I weld a bar between them before I cut them loose. That way they can't get tweaked. All that looks good. They actually got under here and welded this, so glad to see that. It does have a power steering fluid leak. The guy told me, Terry told me about that. So that's not a big surprise. It does have a custom fuel cell in it, aluminum. He told me that when he bought this truck, it was leaking, and he took it out, had it welded, and had a skid plate added to it. So it's double thickness here. They built a nice little metal mount out of 3/16 plate there. It's got a really beefy cross member above the drive shaft. The frame's been plated. See the transition here, it looks really good. And they plated it all the way down. It's got a really nice 4-link on it, parallel 4-link. Looks like about brand new exhaust. Rear end's not leaking, covered in fluid. All the welds on the rear end look really good. It's got a Watts link on it. Looks like the same bag, or no, I'm sorry, not the same bags, but the same size bags. It's got slam bags in the rear though, probably RE7s if I had to guess. Big notch. Notch looks good. Got some wires. I don't know what series they are. Maybe we can see it there. But he said he thought they were 444s. That looks like about a 8-gallon air tank. It looks a little bigger than ours. And it's got some GC valves, 1/2 inch. She said she didn't like how fast it was, so we might have to slow those down a little bit, but that ain't no problem. I did notice last night that this bag leaks down fairly fast. About 15 minutes, it's already noticeably down. So we're gonna have to trace that. The biggest thing right now is the bedsides are just flopping. And somebody built braces, but they broke loose or whatever happened. This one looks like they took the bed off and it got jammed in there. And it's got some stands with some washers for shims. All in all though, under the bottom looks pretty dang good. So you can see right here where they come in, they cut this cab mount off, moved it down, and then they welded pipe in here to connect it back to where it was from the factory. This is just like a S10 mount. If you remember how we body dropped the S10, we cut the mount, moved it down, and left the factory bed mount there. You ready to go drive it? Yeah, let's go ahead and fix those. So we got some bed braces put on this thing. We just added some plate here, put some bolts in it, and re-welded everything. Over here, this one was completely missing, so we found a piece of pipe same size. Done the same thing there, here. The bedsides still flop a little bit, but there ain't no structure. Everything's cut out. The bed's already got a bunch of cracks in it. So that'll get us by until we can get a new bed, because we're definitely gonna have to put one on it. We can't paint it with this kind of stuff going on. But all in all, let's ride. All right, we're gonna get off the lift and we're gonna go to KayKay's work so she can drive it home today. She's been hounding us pretty hard today.
Oh God. Fast as fuck, boy!
Yeah! Oh, it done a little shake there. Better quit.
That's because you hit that bad spot in the road.
Cold. All right, y'all. So we actually filmed a closing scene for this episode last night, but I didn't realize when we were filming it that Dan was jamming his music, and I ain't trying to get copyrighted. So now we're out here at like midnight, Saturday night, to film a closing for y'all. So we went up Thursday night and got this truck. It's been a couple days now. KayKay's already put like 300 miles on it.
I have done no such.
It's had a bunch of miles put on already. It's been to her work twice already. And we've cruised it to town like 6 times, and we just cruised it to the next town over. So she's put a bunch of miles on it. Don't let her lie to you. So far, we showed you what it looked like under the bottom. I'm pretty impressed with all that. All that's really solid. I would like to put gauges in it so we can know how high we're riding. That's like priority number 1. So get some gauges in it so that she can just glance up, see, oh, I got 100 in the front, I can turn here. We put a billet steering wheel in it last night, and it seems to be, I'm not catching, but like it made it hard to turn. So I might have to pull that back off tomorrow and see if it's rubbing the plastic around the steering column or something, what's going on with that. If not, we may have to put the stock steering wheel back in. But it was leaving your fingers all, it's like it had what?
God, you gotta grip it really hard, and it's.
I'm talking about the old steering wheel. It was like it was like deteriorating or something. It was, it's nasty. Yeah. So what else? It needs a bed first and foremost. The bed, the sheet metal in the bed is not done real great, and it all rattles and squeaks, and the bedsides flop. But that's no big deal.
Light switch and the LED light side of the dash.
Yeah. Step back. You done got out of the film, right?
Oh,
no,
sorry.
Step back. All right. Yeah, it's also got some LEDs on the dash that shine and blind you at night. You can't really see real good, so I would like to fix the gauge cluster light so it's normal and put a headlight switch in it. What else? It needs an alignment.
Bad.
It doesn't pull real bad. It's just it's got some toe issues, like all the way up, all the way down. The tires pulling it out. It's normal. When you try to get 12 inches of lift out of some suspension, it's going to tow and do all that stuff. What else, babe? You're going to service the motor. We did put a power steering pump on it today. That was leaking. We fixed that. That was like $50. And so far, it's not leaking again. You know, I took a few bolts out, took some lines loose, and put it all back together, and it doesn't leak. I'm impressed with myself.
Jay! No!
Now she's chasing dogs. Alright, so in the near future, we will have more videos on this truck, because it's not leaving anywhere. She loves it. She's smiled more in the last 2 days than I can ever remember. She's loving this truck. We also peeled the American flag wrap off the bow tie. She said it didn't go with the truck, so she want to take that off. We took it off. We're gonna paint that or wrap it in whatever color she chooses. I think she said she wanted to do it black and put her name in it. I'm trying to think what else. We got some plans for it. I would like to do body work on it and paint it, but for right now, the wrap looks good. It makes it look presentable. Come back. Come back. Don't know what color she wants to paint it yet. She's found some colors that's like $40 an ounce.
They're pretty, though.
Yeah. Some house of color purples that she liked. We don't know yet. We kind of fly by night and day. We don't really know what we're gonna do from one day to the next. All right, we're just rambling now. We're gonna hop off here. Give them your final thoughts.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Got a lot I want to do, but I'm really excited. And she drives great. So
She does. It runs out. It's got a V6 in it and got a stock 460 in it. I don't know what gear's in the back, but I can tell you it runs out good. It drives good. Speedometer's only a few mile an hour off, and every time I looked down when I was driving it yesterday, I was running like 85 on the speedometer, like pegged out. So Dan even got on to me like twice between here and Vidalia. He was like, "You're gonna get a speed ticket." So, but it's really quiet and you can't hear it, so you can't really tell you're running that fast. And it's got a system in it that beats the block down. I was impressed with that. Like, it's not like the loudest thing I've ever heard, but it's the loudest non-stereo stuff I've heard in a long time. So, all right, we're gonna hop off here. Appreciate y'all checking us out. We're excited. She's excited, and it's all downhill from here. lots and lots of money. All right. See y'all later. Bye, Felicias. You want to tell them bye? Oh. Hoodie pre-order ends November 17th at midnight. Get your pre-orders in. If you want a hoodie, we got 3 different styles. Small to 4XL tall. Sorry, 5X, 6X guys. We tried. Get your hoodie pre-order in. Get some merch. We got it. It's going out all the time. Order some of this stuff.
Buy t-shirts.
Yeah, we have a ton of t-shirts. I bought a little over $10,000 worth at one time, and we still got about half of them guys. So appreciate it. See y'all later.